All right, hello there, welcome back to another way better video. Today's video is the long-awaited video for me, at least. Something I have been planning for a minute, but I just had to let time go by so more moves would be made. Anyway, we're going to be grading all off-season moves so far. Now, if I were to take my time and explain in depth every single acquisition or every single move, this would be a hour-long video, and in past history of this channel, those videos are not at all successful. They drag on too long. So I'm going to give a quick grade and a quick reasoning. That way I don't, waste your guys' time. Now for the bigger moves, I'll spend a little bit more time on. DeAndre Ayton has agreed to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. 2-year deal, includes a player option. This is definitely an A-, B+-ish move. The reason why I'm not saying A+, don't get me wrong, Ayton's definitely the best center that the Lakers could have remotely gotten for free because we didn't have to trade anyone. However, this is a big one. He has character issues, and JJ Redick's not the kind of guy to really want to deal with that. LeBron James and Luka make players better around them, but they can't control someone's personality. Hopefully, really hoping Ayton's able to, lock in, and the same year he locked in with Phoenix in the finals run. Hopefully he's able to do that with LA, especially for me since I'm a Lakers fan. This is a big deal for the Lakers, though, like I said, just not having to trade anyone and getting someone of his caliber in terms of talent and potential. Again, character issues are a thing, but B+, A- kind of move. Dante Exum has agreed to a 1-year deal to return to the Dallas Mavericks. B- move. He had his value with Dallas. I don't know how much they're paying him. It doesn't say here, but solid. Spencer Dinwiddie agreed a 1-year deal with the Charlotte Hornets. Pretty much a nothing burger. Charlotte's not going to do too much. Trey Mann has agreed a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Charlotte Hornets. This is actually a pretty solid deal. $8 million a year for a player who, when healthy, actually had some pretty solid outings. So I'm going to give this a B. Not bad at all. Definitely not a plus defender in any way, shape, or form, but if he performs during the regular season, maybe you ship him out during the deadline for some more value. Duncan Robinson, 3-year, $48 million deal. To me, this is a massive overpay. Just, Duncan Robinson is not worth that. I'm sorry. What is this? 16 mil a year? No, I'm good. I would give this a C. Clippers are waiving Drew Eubanks, who plans on signing with the Sacramento Kings. This is a nothing burger. Give it a C. Tim Hardaway Jr. to 1-year deal with the Denver Nuggets. Now, Tim Hardaway is one of those guys who his shot IQ, knowing when and when not to shoot a ball can be really, really low. Someone who can go on a heater. You put him with Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic just makes everyone around him better. No matter who you are, no matter what position you are, no matter what you do, you are just instantly better when he is on the court with you. So, B-. We'll see what Nikola can do with Tim Hardaway. At the end of the day, he is a shooter. Raptor center Jakob Poeltl has agreed on a 4-year, $104 million contract extension with the franchise. Player option 2026, 2027. That is I don't know, man. That is a questionable deal. It's a lot of money for a guy who is very mid. Very, 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 very mid. C+ maybe. Not entirely a good deal. Just a really straightforward traditional center in that he rebounds. He's not too super strong, not super tall. I want to say he's at 6'10", 6'11". I'm not going to waste my time looking this up. 7 feet. Okay, he's 7 feet. That was a lie. 6'10", 6'11". Technically, I was close, though, because, 2 inches. But still, in NBA, 2 inches is 2 inches. Nevertheless, it's a very traditional, old-school center. Doesn't shoot the ball in any shape or form. Rebounds. Doesn't have any floor spacing to him. Is able to hit the close hook shots. Jericho Sims agreed to a 2-year deal with the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, backup center. And I say okay, I mean C on this deal. Dennis Schroeder has agreed to a 3-year, $45 million deal. This is one of those deals to me that scream, I'm going to trade you at the deadline, in which this case, this would be like a B+, because you just need him to show out for the first half of the season and then ship him off for whatever value you can get back. The Kings are not going to be good. In my opinion, they're just poorly run. I've had videos on them in the past when talking about Tyrese Halliburton. Milwaukee Bucks are waiving Damian Lillard. This is a massive one. Very, very, very massive one. Waiving Damian Lillard and stretching the remaining $113 million on his contract in order to acquire Miles Turner. Wow. They must think really highly of Miles Turner, because to me, it's one thing to sign him to 4-year and 100-some million. I forgot what it was. 4-year, 107 million. But it's another thing to have to waive $22 million for the next 5 years out of your cap. That to me is just bonkers. I don't understand why. I mean, I guess I do. You're doing it for Giannis. You're giving yourself the best chance you have at competing with Giannis. But Miles Turner does not turn the page for this Bucks team to contention. I mean, because they're on the East, it's not to say that they can't get to the second or third round because it's the East. Although the top teams of the East have been loading up, it's just been this is a huge question mark move, in my opinion. I don't necessarily agree with it. I understand that maybe Damian Lillard probably wouldn't get any trade value, but my God, $113 million for the next 5 years. Wow. And all for a guy in Miles Turner who didn't really perform in the finals at all. His numbers were very, very disappointing. Stretches the floor, though. Give you that. Significantly better version of Brook Lopez, but let's keep it going. Yabusele, 2-year, $12 million deal with the New York Knicks. This is one of those. I didn't even give a grade on this Bucks. This to me is a C. I just think it's so weird that you'd really be willing to just forfeit $22 million for the next 5 years. And then it's really question mark to see that Miles Turner is the guy that's going to turn this around. And again, the Bucks don't have much assets. I did a video on the Bucks already. Anyway, though, that's a C. Center Yabusele, this is a B+ move. Really, 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 really good. I mean, a guy who showed his value on the Sixers. For whatever reason, the Sixers didn't want to bring him back. It's not like he's going to cost the most, but just plays with a lot of hustle, a lot of heart, a whole lot of defense, good physicality. Love the deal for the Knicks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 4-year, $285 million Supermax. This is an A+ move from the Thunder. It's the easy move, of course, but an A+ move nonetheless, retaining your franchise player for the foreseeable future. Gary Trent agreed to return. 2-year, $7.5 million deal with the player option. This to me is a good move, a B move. You need shooters on this team, especially surrounding Giannis. You need shooters because Giannis himself isn't a shooter. Trendon Watford agreed to deal with the Philadelphia Sixers. This is a whole nothing burger. C+. Jordan Clarkson, this is a really good move by the Knicks. Signing Jordan Clarkson adds to their bench scoring, which is something they desperately needed. Jordan Clarkson can absolutely score the ball. Not much else, but can definitely score the ball off the bench. This is a B+ move for sure for the Knicks. Free agent Taurean Prince has agreed to 2-year, $7.1 million deal to return to Milwaukee Bucks. Another good deal for the Bucks, getting a shooter again. That's really, really, really pivotal on this team surrounding Giannis. I would give this a B-, B move. Didn't have to spend too much. Mason Plumlee, 1-year, $3.6 million deal with the Hornets. C+, nothing to it, to be honest. Luke Kennard, 1-year, $11 million deal with the Atlanta Hawks. This is a solid-ish move. I mean, you're surrounding Trae Young with shooters, which is a good idea considering how often he passes it out. And realistically, in today's day, you need shooters. Luke Kennard is one of those frustrating guys, though, when it's like he doesn't realize how good of a shooter he is, and just sometimes it's very, very, very passive. So we'll see if he gets out of that. Ty Jones, 1-year, $7 million. Orlando Magic, this is a B+ move. A guy who isn't going to cost you a lot. Not a great defender, but is someone who can shoot the ball on a team that is filled with athletes and defenders, but not shooters. Adding Desmond Bane, Ty Jones. Good thinking by the Magic front office. Atlanta Hawks sending a 2027 second-round pick. Cash considerations to Minnesota Timberwolves to acquire Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Great deal for the Hawks. Great deal. Another guy who is a 3-and-D. Someone that the Hawks really have been needing to have on their team. With Trae Young, like I said, that's something you just have to add. Jalen Johnson still on the team. Riss Ashier is on the team. This team is making really good moves. This is a B plus A minus kind of move, in my opinion. He's one of those role players that they just desperately needed. Brook Lopez, Clipper deal. Okay. That Clipper team is old. B minus, C plus. They're just old, dude. This Clipper team is so old. I don't know, man. Karis LeVert, 2-year, $29 million deal with the Pistons. I think this is a phenomenal move for the Pistons. Another player who can step up and score at will. Had promise in Cleveland before he kind of just got fanned out by the stars coming in. But Detroit is in a position to where they can really have these role players excel more than, in a team like the Cavs, because they really just revolve around Cade Cunningham as opposed to the Cavs revolving around offensively 3 players in Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and Donovan Mitchell. So Karis LeVert to me on this Pistons team, phenomenal deal. I would give this a B plus. A B. Definitely something I think the Pistons should have done, and they did. Clint Capella, returning to the Rockets back where he was drafted. 3-year, $21 million deal. Not high on this deal at all. 3 centers on the team isn't the bad part, but it's just he's washed. he's washed. So C plus, C. I haven't given any D's yet, but I don't think anything's really warranted that. Luke Cornett to the Spurs. B plus. This is a great deal for the Spurs. You get a really solid backup center to Wemby, and you really surround this team with more depth, which is something that they obviously should do considering they have talent all across the board. Great deal by the Spurs. Kevon Looney to the Pelicans is a whole nothing burger because the Pelicans are the Pelicans. C. Bruce Brown has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Denver Nuggets. This to me is a B plus move by the Nuggets. Bruce Brown didn't do much with the Raptors and Pelicans, and was it the Nets who he was trading? No, he was on the Nets before Nuggets. Anyway, did not do much. But this is where he excelled. He thrived with the Nuggets. Great deal for them. Kevin Porter Jr. back with the Bucks. I would say a B minus. B minus for sure. Definitely need him bring him back alone out of the necessity of someone who's able to dribble up the ball up and down the court. Don't really have a lot of ball handlers in Milwaukee, so at this point you kind of need Kevin Porter Jr. Ty Jerome, 3-year, $28 million deal with Memphis. Solid deal, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what Memphis is going to look like. They've made some moves though that have been like this, for example, just solid moves. I would say B minus. Denver Nuggets trading for Michael Porter Jr. and an unprotected 2032 first round pick to Brooklyn Nets for Cameron Johnson. This to me is an A move. Cameron Johnson is super good. Averaged 18 with the Nets, but more than anything, he's a sniper. You're getting someone who's just a legitimate sniper, and he doesn't just shoot threes. He's able to slash and attack inside. He's really just a better version of Michael Porter Jr. And you put him on a team that he actually, is competing with. Expect the defense to be there. Just phenomenal move by the Nuggets, honestly. Cannot say that enough. They're going to be really scary this year. D'Angelo Russell, 1 year, $13 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. He's Kyrie's replacement until Kyrie gets back. Not bad as a replacement. C plus, B minus kind of move. Trey Jones, 3-year, $24 million deal. Honestly, I haven't watched enough Chicago Trey Jones to really just have an opinion on this kind of deal. I watched him when he was with the Spurs. But yeah, just not confident in me giving myself a grade on this one. Jake LaRavia, 2-year, $12 million deal. This to me is a B plus kind of move. Strong finish for LaRavia after joining the Kings last season. I mean, it's literally saying it right here. Strong finish. The Lakers need to add, because you look at the loss of Dorian Finney-Smith, a role in the forward department is needed. Jake LaRavia can definitely fill that role right now. Okay, Dorian Finney-Smith, 4-year, $53 million deal with the Houston Rockets. This, to me, is an A minus move. DFS is an absolute 3-and-D player who just commits. He gives honestly everything, and that's exactly what you need on this Houston Rockets team, who already have Ime Udoka, you know, a coach who really expects the most out of his players, and he's hard on them. You already have Amen, you already have KD, you already have Sengun. Steven Adams just came back. This team is going to be so good. I miss some players too, but this team's going to be so good. Sensei Aldama, 3-year, $52 million deal to return to Memphis. Give it go ahead and give it a B-, B. More so B-. Jaren Jackson extending 5-year, $240 million maximum extension. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Jaren Jackson's the guy that's going to lead him to the promised land. He makes a lot of frustrating decisions in the fouling department, but they got to rock with John Jaren. This is it. Definitely, this is it for the Grizzlies. To me, it's just not. It's not enough to compete with like the Nuggets, Lakers, Rockets. Obviously, the Thunder, who's the best of them. That is all the deals that you guys need to know that are even remotely important for the offseason. My grades on them. This is definitely a video that I did not want to keep too long. What is the final timer at? Oh, God. 22 minutes. Okay, you guys can live with that. I can live with that. The world can live with this. Anyway, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree with some of my grades? Appreciate you guys for watching, though. Feel free to like, subscribe. It goes a long way to help the channel. This is Ollie Been Different. All we've been different. And we out.